right, YouTube, it is Mr. Meme coming at you this fine afternoon. I hope everyone is doing well. Today's video du jour. Sorry, I'm a little yellow in the face. It is very overcast and gloomy here in not so sunny Duluth, Minnesota, and I effed up my lights. I bought some new brighter lights to make the basement down here a little brighter, and then I went to go install them. It's a really easy install, and the previous people who owned this house did a shitty job on running the wire, and I just decided to step away. I was getting overheated and frustrated, and I called an electrician. They'll be here tomorrow between 2 and 3. So hopefully tomorrow I'll have some better lighting. So I do apologize while the light is probably not as bright as it could be. Hopefully that helps a little bit. I look a little jaundiced. I apologize. Today's video du jour, Daggerheart Hope and Fear. I got my Hope and Fear. I think it's the deluxe kit. I'm not quite sure. But it did come with the box. This is the book, hardback. Now, there's been a number of videos, and if you're a Daggerheart fan, you probably already watched them. So I'm not going to dive too deep. This is more of I'm so excited to get mine that I wanted to talk about it because I've been reading it. I'm not very far into it because unfortunately I got it Saturday evening and I had my Pathfinder game, which we didn't play Pathfinder because the GM just came back from vacation. So we played Savage Worlds Rifts, and it was a hoot. We had a lot of fun. I am in the Adversaries and Environments, page 61 out of 196, so just short of 200 pages. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you have any desire whatsoever to play Daggerheart, or maybe you've played it once and you're like, seems like a good game, buy this. Get it. Either get the PDF, get the full bang on kit if you can get it, whatever you can afford. Get the PDF, whatever. It's worth your money. I'm a grognard. I've been gaming since 1977, 78. Whenever the original D&D came out, my mom was my original game master because I was a problem child. My dad was a cop. It's a long story. I was not the best kid, nor was I the best son or big brother. But I did the best, and I think in the end I turned out okay. I'm almost 60. I'm not in jail. I'm not a drug user. I'm not an alcoholic. I have a stable job. I have a wonderful family. I have a beautiful wife. I have an amazing 9-year-old little boy at home. My oldest son is off doing his thing, and my oldest daughter is off doing her thing. So all things considered, it could have been worse. But there's a couple of games in your life that you will play. How do I want to say this? Some people only go through life and only play Pathfinder or only play D&D. I know groups that are together right now that have been playing AD&D, second edition since 1980, whatever, when it came out, or 1970, whatever. And that's all they've ever played. They don't want to play any other games. And you know what? Perfectly fine. Totally cool. If that's what gets you going and you're having fun, that is all that matters. If you've watched my channel, you know I've got a shit ton of games. This bookshelf is almost 4 feet tall, and it goes 32 feet from one wall to the other wall. 32 feet, 3 shelves, chock full of books. I don't think I can get 3 more books in there. I actually am building new shelves in my hobby room, my painting room, for the overflow. So yeah. I'm into RPGs. It's what I collect. I don't do classic cars. I don't do motorcycles. I don't do wine. I do tabletop RPGs, and I have quite a eclectic collection of games if you've watched my channel over time. But there are a few games. There's that one game every once in a while that comes along, and it just knocks your socks off. And for me, that game is Daggerheart. I love crunching numbers. I love storytelling. I love improv. I love following an adventure to the T. I love every aspect of role-playing games. Everything from Daggerheart everything from Dungeon World or Apocalypse engine games, uh, from Fudge to D&D to Pathfinder, to Obsidian, Crunchy, the gamut. There is no game that I won't play at least once. And I've played some bad games, but I've also played some really good games. Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay and all of its editions has been one of my all-time favorites, and it is a high criteria that I hold other games up to. Modifius is in that category as well. I really, really enjoy the 2D20 game system. I think it's just crunchy enough, but flexible and open-ended enough that you can do a lot of amazing things with their threat mechanic. And John Carter, Lord of Mars, Mutant Chronicles, and Conan, which they no longer have a license for. But my point being here is there's a diversity in gaming. There is no bad games. There's only bad GMs. We can argue about whether or not they're bad games, but for the most part, there's bad GMs. Games are what you make of them. And any game that starts off by telling you, take what you want, throw away what you don't want, in my opinion, is a pretty good game. And there's a lot of games out there on the market right now. Hell, D&D even does it. Even with all the chaos and the crap that's going on with Wizards of the Coast, D&D is still a good game. It's still a fun game. If you're having fun playing D&D, then you're doing it right. And I feel that goes the same for Pathfinder, Chivalry and Sorcery, another crunchy game, but a good game. There's all these good games out there, and then there's a great game. And I think Daggerheart is a great game. I really do. It's crunchy enough to give your number crunchers and your min-maxers something to do, but it's open-ended enough to give your thespian characters, your artsy-fartsy kids something to do, and everybody can meet in the middle. Because at the end of the day, all we're doing is telling a collaborative story, and throwing around shiny math rocks. So there is no wrong way. If everyone's having fun, and if your GM can cater to the number cruncher and the min-maxer and the thespian and the guy that just wants to sit there and watch everybody else have fun and barely participate, but is having fun, then you're doing it right. And I think this game really facilitates that. So first of all, I love the cover. Of course, it's embossed Hope and Fear, but the cover is just gilded with the gold on the front and back. Never says Hope and Fear or anything on it. You got to know what this is. Of course, if you read the spine, you're going to know. But I love that there's no text on the cover. I was fortunate enough to get the deluxe box set without the box from Critical Role, and I sold my regular street edition of Daggerheart to another player. And I hope, Bryce, you're enjoying it, and I hope you found a group to play with. But my group did not jive on this. There was one player in the group that really liked it. Everybody else was like, nah, it's okay. And that's fine. It's not for everybody. I love this. In fact, I will be at Excalibur Con in 2 weeks, and I will be running this. And I'm over the edge. I'm so excited. The art in here, I mean, let's face it, we feast with our eyes before we read the words, right? If it doesn't look good, we're not going to pick it up. We're not going to read it. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, if you liked the art direction of the core Daggerheart book, you're going to love this book. If you were on the fence about the art in Daggerheart, the core edition, when you get this one, if you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. It's not the game for you. Go play something else. The art in here is phenomenal. The environments, the what do they call them? I want to get it right. Environments. Bear with me. Campaign frames. The campaign frames in here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 brand new campaign frames, and they are amazing. And I haven't even had a chance to read them yet, but I'm just going to tell you the art in here is phenomenal. I apologize for the lighting. There's not much I can do about it, but the art in here is amazing. The equipment and the loot is really good. They really stepped it up, because that was one of the big criticisms from the Daggerheart core book, is there wasn't enough kit for everybody, and so they've kind of addressed that in here. Is there enough in Hope and Fear? I'm going to say no. I want more. I want more gear. But here's the thing: what is in here works, and there's something for everybody. It may not be exactly what you want, but work with your GM. Come up with a plan. It's one of the first things they tell you in the Daggerheart book. If it's not working for you, find what does work and change it. It's okay. It's your game. You paid your money for it. It is your game. So I'm going to stop gushing over this, and we're going to go through the contents. Now, I know there's a ton of videos that have already shown everything, but this is my chance to gush over it. So here's the box set. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is magnetic. There's little flanges on the edge here. It sticks out, so you can hear the magnet. It's not a super strong magnet, but then it opens up and it lays flat in the back. There is a nice ribbon that lets you take everything out of the box. Now, I've heard some complaints about the GM screen, and I'm going to say the only thing that I have heard is that this is not the, I don't want to say official, this is not the end-all be-all GM screen. It's very similar to the GM screen that was in the core Daggerheart Deluxe box, but it's been updated. Some stuff has been corrected. I will say the art is phenomenal, and it follows the same art that is on the core book. So it's just an enlarged landscape portrait of that. So you have quick reference, conditions, short rest, long rest, difficulty, action rolls, action roll results, damage rolls, reaction rolls, battle guide, using armor, improved adversaries, hope and fear, spotlighting adversaries, character traits, GM moves, GM principles, and GM best practices, and then examples of GM moves. As far as a GM screen goes, this ticks all the right boxes for me. I think it is beautiful on the inside. I don't want to give it away, or I'll do it at image, but it's got enough art for my eyes to feast on, but it is, everything on here is practical and useful from my point of view. There's a nice insert in the top of the box with a ribbon so you can lift everything out. You get a character pad which has the new assassin, brawler, warlock, witch, I believe assassin. Yeah, I already mentioned it. So yeah, you get assassin, brawler, warlock, and witch. So you get 4 new characters, character types, and then of course there's a whole bunch of ancestries and heritages and options for your character. If this is your first foray into Daggerheart, you're going to need the core book. This is a supplement to the core book. So without the core book, this is going to be gobbledygook. So, but if you're already going down the Daggerheart hole, you already probably have access to the core book, and I highly recommend it. One of the things they did put here, though, is they put in 3 packets. They're all the same thing, of GM monster sheets, and it's just it's a notepad basically, but it has all the areas for you to put the statistical data, and it is amazing. It's really nice. I'll never have to print another. What I was doing in the past is I was printing the monster page out of the Daggerheart book, and then I would use it, or I did back one of the Kickstarters that first came out when the original Daggerheart released a year ago, of an adversary. I only backed the PDF. I didn't get the physical book because I didn't need it. But then we got, a whole bunch of character sheets and all their moves, a new equipment list with everything. So you got new equipment. Again, with the lighting here is not going to let me show it. But anyway, it's a nice pack. You can download all of this off of the Void, or the Daggerheart website, so you're not missing anything. And then of course the core book fits neatly on top. But what's really nice is there's a pull-out box, just like in the original Daggerheart, and it pulls out, and it's just a nice tuck box. Again, magnetic, and it lays flat. And in here we have all of our goodies, and it is laid out really well. Everything came packaged really well. These are your fear tokens for the GM. And what's nice about these is, if I can open it, geez, my fat finger. I love the color of them, and this is that like teal lime. I don't even know what color it is, green, but you can see there's a slice taken out of it, and this sits on your GM screen, so it's made to fit on the GM screen, and you get 12 of them, and they have the fear icon, the Daggerheart symbol. I believe it's the Daggerheart symbol. It's really hard to see, but man, they are pretty, right? So you get 12 of these. They're very nice. I like my skulls on a little piece of sheet metal that my buddy did for me, and I'm going to take those to the convention in 2 weeks, and I'm going to use those. These are nice. I'm not bagging on these at all, but I'm going to use the ones that I made out of my skulls from a Halloween necklace. That I used those skulls for Mutant Chronicles when I was running Mutant Chronicles to be my dark symmetry points, but they work very well as fear tokens, and it's, they're skulls, and you give the nice sense of dread, and I like it. So the tuck box is really nice. We get our community cards. I haven't even opened these; they're still in a shrink wrap. I have a nice game binder that holds like Magic the Gathering cards. It's leatherette, vegan leather. It's very nice, very plush, very soft. I'm going to reorganize all of these and put them in here. But we have all of our communities, and then we have all of our domain cards and our ability cards and everything. They're all gilded in gold, just like the first Daggerheart box set. And then, of course, we get the GM's dice, and oh my god, so in a nice little satin bag with the Daggerheart logo. And my god, can I just tell you, these dice are amazing. So there's the D6. You can see it's very bright, and you can see that they're clear resin with color in them, and they're just absolutely gorgeous. I am going to take these with me to the convention, and I'm going to use them. The set that came in the original Daggerheart set were really nice. I am going to call out right now, though, that D4 is a caltrop. Please, whatever you do, don't leave that on the ground, because if you step on that, you're going to the hospital. So if you've got little kids or whatever, keep an eye on them, because that thing is crazy sharp. They are a little light for my taste. I like a heavier die, but the D20 is nice and chunky, and it's easy to read. Well, I say that until I actually try to look at the side. Yeah, it's a little hard to read on the light side. On the dark side, very easy to read. There's your Daggerheart symbol. That's your 20, if I remember correctly. Yeah, because the other side is a 1. I think, at the convention, I'll be able to read them just fine. But the dice are absolutely stunning. They are beautiful. So I'm going to bring those, and I'm going to run those at the convention. What's really nice about this set is you get another bag, another satin bag with the Daggerheart logo in the same color. Or no, so this is I don't know if this is the way they meant it, but the GM's dice bag has the fear color, and the player's bag has the hope. So I guess, but what's nice here is these are your set of your D12s. So there's 2. So, but the colors, I really wish they would have made them all the same. They would have made 2 in the same color. They're all off colored, and I don't know. I guess that's, well, duh. One is hope, one is fear. So you say which one is hope and which one is fear, and you would stick for it. I forgot what they call the design, but these are 12-sided dice. But they're a weird design. They're not your normal, or are they? Yeah, I guess they are. They're just a little more boxy in the way they're made, but they're beautiful. And there's a full set of them. There's 2, 4, 6, 8. There's 10. So you definitely, you have enough for 10 players. So that is a shit ton of dice, because everybody needs 2. So 2, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 5 players. I can't do basic math. I'm tired. I've been working all day, but the dice are absolutely stunning. So I'm going to bring these and let the players use them. My understanding is the people from Darrington Press are supposed to be there, and they're going to stop by my game, and they're going to give out some swag. So if you're in Duluth and you're going to be at Excalibur Con, sign up to run. I'm running it Saturday from 6 to 10. Yeah, 6 p.m. till 10 p.m. And then I'm running it Sunday, noon to 4. So swing by at Excalibur Con. It's more of a media con, but I went last year, and that was their third year. I believe it was their third year, and I was super impressed with it. It was a lot of fun. Big Star Wars. So if you're a Star Wars fan and you live in, the Duluth or Minnesota area, and you can get here, or if you're in Wisconsin or whatever, definitely swing by to check it out. I think you're going to be eagerly surprised, and hopefully you'll enjoy yourself. The tuck box, I'm going to tell you right now, is absolutely gorgeous. I'm not going to try to fight to get back in there right now. So that's just a quick video of going through the contents. I hope you enjoyed it. It's gorgeous. That's all I can say. I got it Saturday night. I got it when they said I was going to get it. I did get access to the download. So if you did buy the physical box like I did, make sure you check that original email that you got from Darrington Press, because it will have the link for you to download your materials. I know some people get that confirmation and they delete it, right? Like, no, when you bought it, you got a confirmation, and it had a link in there that said download your product. Of course, if you did it too early, all you got was a coming soon, but it is live. I can confirm. I went in, I downloaded my copy of the Hope and Fear. All it comes with is the Hope and Fear book. You don't get a copy of the GM screen, that I could tell. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it did not include a GM screen. It was just the Hope and Fear book. So that's the box set, guys. The deluxe edition. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is stunning. I hope you enjoy it, and if you have any questions or concerns, or if you have any comments, leave them down below. I try to answer all comments. Like and subscribe. You guys know the drill. You know what YouTube is. Watching this video is thanks enough, but if you have a little extra scratch and you want to support the Mr. Mean, $5 a month get you on the Patreon. I'll send you some stickers when you join, and then every so often I give copies of games away. I actually have a copy of Cosmere, the starter box for Cosmere, that I'm going to be raffling off to one of my backers. So that should be coming up probably the end of August, I think, is when I'm going to do it. So as always, peace and hair grease. Remember, Mr. Mean says always be nice. If you haven't tried Daggerheart, do yourself a favor. Give it a try. Talk with your GM, talk with your players, and see if it's something you guys might be interested in. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. And as always, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Be nice. Good night, everybody.